Welcome back, everyone. I am super excited about running this under the laser. We've got some really cool things set up for you guys today. We're going to first start by doing the grip section on the left and the right side. Let's just go ahead and get that knocked out. Then we're going to go ahead and work on the top, and the side will be last. I'm still working out some of the details at this point of whether you guys are actually going to get to see the side over here with the name on it. That is the handle of the individual that owns it, or if we're just going to color it and tape that over. So that's just preference based off of the owner of the slide. So we may get to see it as a complete item with the handle, or we may just tape that off and show it complete after it's been colored to give you guys that appearance of what we what we did. Kind of like we ended that last video. I said I really wanted to take you guys from where we started to where we're going, and this slide is definitely taking us there. There's nothing that we've skipped. There's no short corners. We haven't do not pass go, do not collect $200, one of them things. We have literally done everything that needs to be done on this. We haven't skipped anything. So let's go ahead and get this laser section done here, and then let's go ahead and do the top, and then we're going to go ahead and work on that. And of course, I'm going to bring you back in the process while we're working on this in the middle of it, because I just want to show you guys step by step what it looks like as this 17 evolves into a final product. We have made one complete pass with the pattern, and we are just making a second round now. We don't have much longer and we will be done. We only do 3 passes, and that is all that's required to punish the metal enough to have a nice defined pattern underneath Cerakote, Duracoat, tin coating, whatever's done. We don't need to go super deep. We can let it run and hit the aluminum block on the bottom, but at the end of the day we haven't achieved what we're after. What we're after is a nice uniformed design in the side. Let's go ahead and remove some of the characteristics of those serrations that come from Glock from the factory. Let's go ahead and get a pattern put over it so it's really nice. As far as aesthetics go, it's just very pleasing. So we're on pass number 2. We're going to get to finish up pass number 3. We're going to run that guy underneath the sandblaster, and we're going to show you what we came up with. I have completed the left side rear grip section, and let me just see if I can bring it in here and show it a little bit better. That is 3 passes. So what we do is we do the entire pattern one time, then we do it again, then we do it again, then we sandblast. So if you're curious on penetration per pass, that kind of stuff, if you're one of those laser guys or has a laser or thinking about getting a laser, this may be a little bit of a comparison between what you own and what I have, or maybe what you're after. You know what I mean? Maybe you haven't purchased one yet, and maybe you're just after something that's extremely durable and strong. This may just kind of give you an idea. We're not going to go into details of what I own and what I use, but this may give you an idea of what can be done, though, with a laser. You know what I mean? What options you have. Yeah, I'm sorry, it's kind of dirty up in here. I didn't get it all the way cleaned, and obviously I didn't even sandblast the whole thing. I just blasted the section. But we are going to get ready to do this side here. Let's go ahead and just match them, and then we're going to start working on the top section. But that's pretty deep for 3 passes. So, and unfortunately, we're not using the new lens yet. We just haven't got there yet. This particular design, speeds, feeds, setups, distance, end delay, that kind of stuff, beam width, and all that good stuff was all set up for one of my other lenses. Most of my patterns are set up specific to a lens, because when they're sized for that lens because of the focal length. So it's set up for my other lens. So I just didn't want to reinvent the wheel on something that I already have. So we're going to do the same thing over here with the old lens, but I'm pretty sure we're going to run the new lens on the top here, just because I don't have this pattern exactly set up for either lens, so I might as well set it up for the new lens. So let's go ahead and do this side. Hey guys, we finished up this section here, and of course we matched the section here. So it's quite amazing on how such intricate work in the back section over what was existing here already can change the overall appearance of the slide. I mean, really, we have basically blended a pattern over the existing grip section, which no one else is doing this that I'm aware of, or heavily doing it, especially with a laser, in different patterns, different techniques, different styles, except for me. Now, one of the things I do want to post out, or kind of just comment out, is that this sectioned pattern will be posted on my webpage. So one of the things that I get a lot of questions from the webpage, or they come, you guys head to my webpage, you click on that contact tab and you send me a message, is what is the cost? What does it cost to get something done? A lot of the stuff I can't give you a price on just because it's all different, but some of the stuff that is going to be a baseline price is like this. This is going to be there. So if you're curious on what some of this stuff costs, go over to the webpage. You'll be able to find some, you know, more specific pictures on some of the designs, and you'll be able to get a cost associated with those. So if you know exactly what you want, then you'll be able to, you know, get it priced out. So back onto here, I discussed with the owner about the handle, and we're going to be putting it on his slide, which I think is super cool, because then we'll be able to do the top section here. It'll say G17. It will face this way as we read it. So as you flip the slide, you'll actually be able to see his handle right here. So when you're holding the pistol, you're doing pictures, you're shooting, you're doing whatever it is, this will actually, you know, be able to be read correctly, and so will this. The vision that this individual had on his particular slide was just outstanding. I mean, it truly was an outstanding vision. We've executed it. We've asked the right questions through this process. If you've not done work with me before, you're gonna find out that I'm a question guy. I'm gonna say, what about this? What about that? What do you think about this? We should do that. I want everything to be exactly perfect, and I want it to be catered to you and your needs, your request, and your design and style. So if we don't want to do something, or we want to do something a little bit different or a little bit better, maybe we want to have something moved back, maybe we want these to go all the way to the end, you know, these are all options that we can do. Big companies, no. The big companies don't care about you. They want your slide, and they want you to run the same pattern they've been running for the last 8 months on your slide, and they want to get paid. Me, I want to build you something that you can literally put on your Instagram, you can literally take to the range, you could literally compare it to other things that are on the market for a fraction of the cost and still come out ahead. There's still room for benefit for you. Whether you're buying it, you want to keep it, you want to resell it later, or you want to just have it, you want to shoot it, you want to demo it, you want to show it off, you want to go to matches with it. I can fit anywhere in between. So anything that you're looking for, whether it's minor, grip sections, just the side shaved, just maybe a top port, I can do that, or I can do the extreme, the major overhaul that most of you actually want. So that looks awesome. That's all I can say. I don't have anything else to say about that, but that thing looks awesome. I usually say this at the end, but if you haven't subscribed to this channel, it's about time. I've got new content getting posted all the time. Go ahead and just hit the subscribe button now, get it over with. You'd hate to be going to YouTube and trying to remember my name and searching me all the time, when you could just hit the subscribe button now, get those emails, get those alerts, and spend your lunch break watching cool videos. Just lock it in and finish it up. The other thing is, we're gonna do this now. I'm pretty sure you're gonna be as excited to see this as I am, because this is gonna be a new design with the G17 inside of the honeycomb recessed inside of the top. It's going to be disgustingly awesome. I will assure you of that. I liked it on my Extreme 19, and I guarantee you, now that I've seen it on a piece of metal and I can see what I didn't like 100% about it, and we're revising it, yes, this is the second revision of it. So this means that we're getting down into the awesomeness of this exact design here, and we're no longer leaving it the way it is. So let's get that started, and let's just move forward with this build and get you to a final product. Decided to go ahead and bring out the new big lens. This one sure is a big one. We are on the first layer of the back section, so we've got to run this to a certain depth, and then we'll switch it to the next one. My camera does not like to adjust on the focusing with the laser because it's always changing light. So it just has an issue focusing directly on the laser itself, so it kind of goes back and forth. And that is the new lens. Pretty cool. So if you're wondering and have been watching my videos and you've just been doing a little bit of comparison, because I get that a lot with other laser guys, they're like, well, I see you do this or I see you do that. You'll know if your machine is functioning above and beyond the normal spec page or spec sheet that you'd be getting when you can laser a piece of metal and you get this kickback on your lens. Now this cloth is designed for cleaning glasses and stuff like that, so it's not going to hurt the bottom of the lens, and this actually is not the bottom of the lens anyhow. So those of you that know about lenses know that I'm not actually touching the lens itself. So, but what I'm saying is, you know your laser is really pounding the metal when you're getting all kinds of stuff. It's hard to see now because I've been folding this over. You're getting all kinds of stuff on your rag from what has hit the bottom of the lens. It's basically hit the metal and bounced back straight up and just sprayed the whole area. So let's get back to cutting. I basically went ahead and stopped that because I wanted to clean the bottom of that so that way I could get better penetration onto the material. So every once in a while you have to do that. If you're using a machine that doesn't have that kind of kickback, it's not really going to be required. But for a machine that is pretty strong, then yeah, you're going to end up getting some kickback up onto the bottom of your lens or onto your protector that you've got in there, and you're going to need to clean it. So let's get you guys dialed back in. We are so close to finishing this up. I just wanted a nice, crisp, clean couple of passes on the end. So that's why I went ahead and wanted to clean that. Now, I've never showed you guys that before, but I thought it was something that you'd want to know, especially you guys that are kind of doing some comparison videos between mine and yours, or mine and what you've seen as far as lasers go. You can clearly tell this one's been modified, it's been overhauled, and has been beefed up when we're getting that kind of kickback up onto the onto that lens. You know, every time I do something to this slide, I get more and more excited. When I pulled this thing off the laser, ran it through the sandblaster, the first thing that went through my head was, go get the Extreme 19, let's do a comparison video. I mean, it was like, they both look so nice, but yet they're both so different because they've got different text. You know, like the other one's has Roman numerals and this one actually has regular characters, and this one's slightly different where this goes out to the edge and the other one doesn't. So they're so unique to each other, but even though they are similar, but they're both just beautiful. I mean, and you know, every once in a while my emotions kind of get in the mix. And have you ever seen that TV show Mr. Robot, where he goes, I'm not the only one seeing this, right? Yeah, that's like me right now. Like, I'm looking at it through the back of the screen, like I'm like I need to move it around and look at it for myself. I mean, this is, I don't know, I just feel like I want to get closer to this and rub my hands over it even more. Maybe this seems a little odd for me to say that, but this thing is absolutely beautiful. I mean, there is no doubt about that. This has gone from a Glock 17 slide to, I don't know, this is like a piece of art. This is like one of those slides that you just like want to put it on a frame, get everything colored, put it together, and put it behind glass and be like, yep, that's my 17. I don't shoot it because it's too nice. And that's really kind of what this is. It's scary how detailed this is. Okay, wow. Let's get back on track for a minute. We're going to be doing the handle here. So the individual goes by a certain name online, like I explained before, and we're going to be doing that right here. And let's just take you through that process. Then we're going to go ahead and sandblast it. We'll do a real quick recap. Then it's time to get this guy colored. And once we get it colored, we will do a comparison video between the 19 Extreme and this because they're very similar, but yet they are different in themselves. So we want to just show off those points. But yeah, the emotions are running pretty high with this one as far as it goes with me, because I don't know. I mean, sometimes I just get really into it, and this is one of those where I'm really into this. More so than maybe even some of the ones that I have done for myself. That is just sick. I mean, on like a whole new level of sickness. I mean, really, it is. So let's finish this one out and see what we have. After running it through the sandblaster, this is the final product before we put some color on it and do an actual compare. So this is the name that he goes by. You know, everybody has a handle of some sort online, and this is his. So, you know, that's pretty cool. He got to choose the font and the location, and that's what we did. So we went ahead and ran it. It's super deep, so you can see the shadowing there a little bit when I turn it down. So ideally, you could do this as like a base color, the entire slide. Then you could do another color over it and then just sand that down, and it would fill all that in, and it would bring that base color back out. So you'd be able to fill that in, or you could just basically do a color fill a different way. I'm not much of a colorer, so I apologize if what I'm telling you makes no sense to you. You coloring guys do your thing, and you know, obviously I do mine. The recommendation I have for you is to reach out to this individual. I'll be very surprised if he doesn't actually post something on the build videos or Facebook or Instagram. You know, it's just one of those things that I can only tell you and educate you guys so much as to what we can do and how we can do it and how the process goes. But something like this individual, you know, he could really tell you as a buyer. You know, was it priced right? Was the timing right? Was the communication right? All that kind of stuff. He can actually give you that insight and, you know, tell you the honest truth, because I didn't know who this guy was before he contacted me for the work. I mean, you know, he's an out-of-state buyer. He shipped me a slide and we put it together. So he's going to give you an honest opinion on the final product that he receives. So once again, I would just, you know, try try to reach out to this guy if you're looking for additional feedback or just some additional content that maybe I'm not giving you, or you don't want to ask, or you think might just be, you know, me giving you my opinion of it, and since I'm trying to sell you something, I'm lying to you. So I have nothing to hide. I would actually encourage you, as I'm doing right now, to contact this individual for an actual overall review of his opinion, of what, you know, what he paid for, what he got, how he received it, and the whole process. You're gonna find out that I ask a lot of questions. I wanna make sure everything is exactly right. You know, the where, the how deep, the, you know, all that kind of stuff. Where are we putting it? You know, all of that. What about this pattern? What about that pattern? What about this font? You know, you choose your font. One of the options we had for this was a font that he did choose, but one of the options we had for this was for actually somebody to actually hand draw his name out, and I could actually transpose that into the CNC, and we could have actually done a custom font or a custom, you know, handle logo, I guess, if you want to call it that way, where it would have been extremely custom to him, because it wouldn't have just been choosing a font and putting the characters on there and doing correct spacing and things like that. So if you guys have an idea of something that you'd like to see, I'll almost guarantee you that we can do it. As you can tell, I haven't found a whole lot of things that I can't do yet. There's a couple of things out there that I'll reject and say, no, the timing doesn't work, or this doesn't work, or it's just not gonna look right. And my opinion may be wrong, and you may still want it, and we may still do it. But I'll try to give you the best opinion that I can give you based off of the knowledge that I have. And as you can tell, I seem to have a lot of knowledge, especially in what I offer you guys. So what, you know, what's getting turned over to you guys, and what's an option on the table for you guys to, you know, to pick up as far as doing is pretty accurate. So I'm gonna say yep or nope, or we should do this, or we can do that, or we should do that. I'm gonna give you my opinion of what it should be. It's just a beautiful gun overall. I mean, I just can't say enough about it. We've touched every aspect of this, all the way down to the personalization, to the customization of what this individual wanted. So one thing left to do, guys, is I've got a little bit more prep work to do, some sandblasting to do. I'm gonna go ahead and get it colored. You're probably not gonna see a whole lot of that because I'm not a colorer, and y'all will probably just make fun of me. So I'm probably gonna hold off on that a little bit and just show it to you when it's done. And I apologize if you're not happy with the quality of the coloring, but once again, as I stated in the first part of this video, there was no charge on the coloring that I did for this slide, because I just don't want it to rust, and I want to give this individual some time to figure out what he does want to do with it, because I'm sure he's going to want to send it off and have it done the right way, and maybe he just doesn't want to do that right now, or doesn't know exactly what he wants right now. So that'll buy him some time, free of charge to him. So let me go ahead and get that done. All right, guys, this is the end of the show. And this is the time where I just kind of show it off, and we kind of can do a little bit of a comparison from where we came to where we're going. However, in this particular case, I'm not super happy with the slide itself. As far as the coloring goes, I'm not a coloring guy. I'm just not good at it. It's something I don't have a lot of practice at. And there's a lot of people doing it. So at the end of the day, I don't really devote a whole lot of my time to it, because it's a very competitive market. And there's some people that are amazing at it, and there's really no reason to compete with those guys. Everybody kind of has their niche of what they do, and obviously from what we have here, you can tell mine is CNC and laser work and designing and executing. So mine is not coloring. So with that being said, I'm not going to show you this for very long, but we were able to get some color on it. It's an absolute horrible coloring job, so I apologize about that. But with that being said, I will show it. I'm a little ashamed to show you this. It's not very good. I do apologize. So I don't want to talk the whole time and let you guys eyeball this. This is just absolutely horrible work as far as the coloring goes. So with that being said, we're going to set it over here. We're not going to touch it. That coloring job was a fail. I don't do it as a service for a reason, because I suck at it. So with that being said, you guys are what makes the channel. You know, I try to put the content out. You guys try to give me your opinion and give me some new ideas. And all of that is taken into consideration when I do new stuff. So, you know, when stuff is built and we're going through and we're making things, some of the ideas that you guys have come up with is something that ends up coming off of the idea board and directly in onto the cutting board, if you want to call it that. So, you know, I just want to really thank you guys for everything that you guys do as far as making this channel a success. I've gained over 200 subscribers in the last 45 to 60 days, and it's people like you that come back that want to see more, that want to say, can we do this, or can we do that, or I love this, or I don't like that. Or it's the same people that see a video like this, they contact me and they say, this could be better. This could go out to the edge, this could go out to the edge, and it could be changed and it could be a little bit nicer. Sometimes I have to get those opinions from people in order to make sure that I'm heading in the right direction. I feel like I'm heading in the right direction, but sometimes I'm just not getting there at the right pace I need to be, or it's just missing that final critique, and sometimes that collective criticism is very, very important. So on this particular design, where the back of this came all the way to the edge, that wasn't my idea. That actually came from another individual who said, why don't you pattern that all the way out and not have a gap there? If you guys want to see that a little bit better, you know, rewind the video, go back to the first video. Matter of fact, it's not in the first video. I apologize. Go back to in this video, rewind it a little bit, and you'll be able to see the back section of that. Once again, I do apologize. I have a lot of projects going on, and I cannot always keep them separated where the video content was recorded and demonstrated and where it hasn't been demonstrated yet. So once again, I do apologize about that. But thanks for subscribing, and thanks for hitting the like button, and thanks for following me on Facebook, and you know, driving me to actually get the webpage up and running and going. And you know, as far as the webpage goes, if you don't have a YouTube account, or you don't have an account for Facebook or Instagram, and you don't have a way to get a hold of me, you seem to not be able to find my email, always know you can go to the webpage, NCEngravers.com. You can always click on the message button and shoot me a message right from there. As long as you have an email account, you can message me and stay off of all of the social media stuff. And I feel you on that. I wasn't on social media till about, I would say, 60 days ago. And I mean, it's not a bad thing, but there's plenty of people that don't do it. So if there is something that you want to get done and you don't want to join up, or you don't want to sign up, or you want to remain anonymous, then, you know, go to the webpage and send me a message directly through there. That's an easy way to get a hold of me and contact me. But as far as new projects go, we have them. We've got some big ones. 50 GI right here, which you guys saw a little bit in the first video, right? So, you know, there's kind of a big difference between these. It's absolutely massive. The walls are, the side is, just all of it's just crazy big. And we're going to be cutting it up, and we're going to be bringing it to you. 950. Just crazy, crazy big. So with that being said, if you guys like this kind of content, if you want to see more of this, this is the time to subscribe. This is the time to click that button, get those updates, stay informed with what's going on. And guys, I'm going to catch you on the next video. But as I always say, if you're not learning while you're doing it, then you're doing it wrong.